Welcome all of you to the online classes of biology once again. So we were studying chapter 10, microbes in human welfare. Okay, so we have studied that how microbes are used in household production of various products. Okay, then we have studied how they are used in industrial products, okay, like what in the production of beverages, antibiotics, etc. And we have also studied that how the microbes are used in the production of antibiotics. Okay, so now today we are going to study about the microbes used in the sewage treatment. So first of all, we should understand what is sewage. Sewage is for the wastewater that are generated in the cities or towns due to the daily activities. Okay, and the major component of this wastewater is excreta, and we can call this wastewater as the sewage. So the property of this sewage water is it consists of large amount of organic matter. Okay, organic matter will be high in them. Okay, and this microbes may be pathogenic also. So it is very difficult to dispose this wastewater directly into the water bodies. So it has to be treated. Okay, so for this there are various sewage treatment plants. Okay, sewage treatment plants where the sewage is treated, okay, to make the sewage less polluting. So the treatment of this sewage is done with the help of the microorganisms present in the sewage itself. Okay, and this sewage treatment is done in two different steps. The first stage or step is called the primary treatment. What it is? Primary treatment. Okay, here in primary treatment actually the separation of, okay, or it is a physical process, okay, where what filtration and sedimentation is used to remove the waste. Okay, so physical removal of particles, okay, that is done in the primary treatment. Okay, so first what happened, what is done is the floating waste materials will be removed by filtration. Then what happened, the grit particles, soil or small pebbles, etc., which can be sedimented, that are removed by sedimentation. Okay, so in primary treatment, how the waste are removed? By the physical processes like what? Filtration and sedimentation. Filtration is done to remove the floating substances from the sewage. Okay, and then what sedimentation is done? That is done for removing the grit particles. Okay, small soil soil particles, small pebbles, etc., are removed by sedimentation. Okay, and then after removing this particles by physical process, the solid particles, that is filtered, and the sedimented ones are known as the primary sludge. Okay, what is it? Primary sludge. So what is primary sludge? Okay, the solids that settle from the settles from the sewage is called the primary sludge, and the supernatant means the separated water part is known that forms the effluent, and the effluent from the primary settling tank will be sent to the secondary to the settling tank. Okay, the effluent from the primary settling tank, okay, where sedimentation is used to remove the grit particles or pebbles, etc. From there the effluent will be used or taken for the secondary treatment. So one thing what we have to see what understand is, in primary treatment only physical processes like what? The sedimentation and filtration is only done. Okay, and the supernatant, the water part which is obtained from the primary treatment tanks are known as what? The effluent, and that is sent to the secondary that is sent for the secondary treatment. And the waste which is obtained by sedimentation and by filtration, that is known as the primary sludge. Okay, so in secondary treatment, first, okay, in secondary treatment, or it is also known as the biological treatment, because most of the process is done with the help of microbes, both aerobic and anaerobic microbes. So it is also known as what? Biological treatment. Okay, secondary treatment is also known as what? Biological treatment. So here what we do first is the primary effluent. From where it is coming? From the primary treatment plants. Okay, so from there the effluent will be passed into large aeration tanks. Means what? Tanks which can give or which can aerate the content. Understood? So as this air is passed through these tanks, aeration tanks, and the content, which is, what is the content here? The secondary, that is the effluent that is coming from the primary settling tank. Okay, so that will be agitated, means it will be stirred, and okay, mechanically it will be stirred. Okay, constantly it is stirred and air will be pumped into this. So as air is there and it is continuously agitated or stirred, what will happen? The microorganisms which are aerobic, okay, they grow very fastly and they form the flocks. So what do you mean by flocks? Flocks are actually the what? They are the masses of bacteria with fungal hyphae. Okay, so flocks will be formed where? In the aeration tanks. Okay, aeration tanks, as there is air and the content is continuously agitated, it allows the vigorous growth of microbes into flocks. So flocks definition is what? Masses of bacteria associated with fungal filament to form mesh-like structures. So they are the masses of bacteria and fungus which are aerobic. Okay, why this vigorous growth is possible there? Because air is also pumped into this content in the aeration tank. Understood? And it is continuously agitated so that all the parts will get what? Air. Understood? And then, so what happen? As the flocks grow, this microorganisms, they consume major part of the organic matter in the effluent. Okay, and this reduces the BOD. What do you mean by BOD? Biochemical oxygen demand. Okay, and BOD is direct indication, or it gives an idea of how much the water or the content is having the microorganisms. Okay, so BOD is what? The amount of oxygen that will be consumed if all the organic matter in 1 liter of water were oxidized by bacteria. That is the definition of what? BOD. Okay, so BOD is what? The amount of the oxygen that would be needed, okay, that would be consumed or needed by all the if all the organic matter in 1 liter of water were oxidized by bacteria, or it is the amount of oxygen needed by bacteria to consume all the organic matter in 1 liter of water. Understood? So as BOD is high, the sewage water is having, if any sewage is having high water, means what? High organic content it is having, and it is highly polluted. Okay, BOD if it is less, that means the that particular water contains what? Less organic matter. Okay, so this flocks, they grow and they use much of the organic content and they reduces the BOD. Understood? The BOD test measures the rate of uptake of oxygen by microorganisms, and indirectly BOD is a measure of the organic matter present in the water. The greater the BOD of wastewater, more will be its polluting potential. Is it clear? So high BOD means what? That particular water contains more organic matter, and so if more organic matter is there, the microorganisms has to use more oxygen to what? To use that particular organic matter, isn't it? So if more BOD means the particular water is polluted more with the organic matter. Okay, so frogs, what they do actually, they use the organic content in the water, and they reduce the BOD. Okay, now once the BOD of the sewage or wastewater is reduced, the effluent then will be it will be passed into settling tank. Okay, and in settling tank, what happens, this frogs will be settled down. Understood? Frogs are what? The microorganisms only, bacteria and fungal hyphae, they get sedimented. Okay, and the sediment is known as activated sludge. Okay, what is it? Activated sludge. So what is activated sludge? Once the content of the aeration tanks, okay, after the after the digestion of this microorganisms, okay, after the digestion of this organic matter by the microorganism is done, the effluent will be sent to some settling tanks. Okay, and where what happened, the bacterial flocks will get settled or sedimented, and this sediment is known as what? The activated sludge. Okay, and a small part of this activated sludge will be pumped back into the aeration tank. What for? To serve as the inoculum. Inoculum means what? Which starts the culture. Okay, like how we are adding a curd to milk to convert that milk into curd. Here why we are adding curd? Curd is added as the inoculum. Okay, which starts the culture. Okay, actually the curd contains what? Bacteria only, and bacteria is only added to the milk to get converted that milk into curd. So in the same way, activated from the activated sludge settled in the sedimentation tank, a small part will be again given back, okay, to the where aeration tanks, where this activated sludge act as the inoculum. Understood? So the other parts, the remaining parts of the sludge, okay, is pumped into the large tanks called anaerobic sludge digesters. Okay, so the major amount part of the sludge, okay, that will be pumped to the large tanks called anaerobic sludge digesters, where what happen, the anaerobic type of microbes, they digest the bacteria, fungus, etc. in the flocks. Okay, and they, during this process, they produce what? A number of gases like methane, okay, then what, H2S, carbon dioxide, etc., and that can be used as a source of what? Biogas. Okay, as they are inflammable. Okay, so then the effluent from the secondary treatment plant will be very having very less pollutant in them, and can be directly released into the water bodies. So the treatment, sewage treatment, includes two stages. What are they? Primary treatment and the secondary treatment. Primary treatment includes only the physical separation of waste by sedimentation and filtration, and the secondary treatment is also known as what? The biological treatment. Okay, the biological treatment, because it uses both aerobic microbes and anaerobic microbes in the treatment of the sewage. Okay, so this can be asked for 5 marks. You have to study this thoroughly. Okay, in the form of flow chart it can be asked. To explain this treatment it can be asked, so you have to study it nicely. And the efficiency with which this microbes, they do this treatment of sewage Okay, that is very high, and no human technology, okay, can do this perfectly. This what treatment of sewage that is done with the help of the microbes. Okay, and as you know, due to the increased urbanization, the amount of waste materials produced is increasing day by day. Sewage also, and if it is not treated, okay, it can cause what pollution of various water bodies, and in on that basis, okay, the amount with which the sewage is produced, in that rate the sewage treatment plants are not increased. Okay, so that is very necessary to reduce the water pollution. So for this, okay, various plans like Ganga action plan and Yamuna action plan are initiated to reduce the water pollution by increasing the sewage treatment plants. Okay, so that after treating the sewage only they are allowed to discharge into the rivers. Okay, so I hope this topic is very clear to you. That is sewage treatment. In the field of sewage treatment, microbes are helping us a lot. Okay, and the procedure is done in two different steps. What are they? Primary treatment and the secondary treatment. In primary treatment, only the physical process like sedimentation and filtration is done, but in the secondary treatment it is based mainly on the microorganism. It is depend. Okay, the secondary treatment is completely dependent on the microorganisms, both aerobic and anaerobic organisms. Is it clear? So next we are going to study about the microbes in the production of biogas. So biogas is actually mainly contains what? Methane. Then along with methane they contain carbon dioxide. Okay, then what? Hydrogen, etc. Okay, and this microbes, okay, the type of gas that is produced will be depending upon the microbes and the material or the organic substrate they grow. Okay, for example, we have studied in the fermentation of dough or cheese making, etc. Okay, the main gas produced is carbon dioxide, but there are another group of bacteria which can grow especially on cellulosic material. Okay, cellulose they can use as the substratum and they can grow there, and while growing like this they produce large amount of methane, and along with methane carbon dioxide and hydrogen also. Okay, and this kind of bacteria which can grow on cellulosic medium and can produce methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, etc. are known as methanogen. So the definition of methanogens are what? These are group of bacteria which can live on cellulosic medium and can produce large amount of methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, etc. Okay, and one group of what methanogens are methanobacterium. Okay, this methanobacterium we have studied where in the sewage treatment. You see it, anaerobic sludge of the secondary treatment plants, sewage treatment plants you can find. Then another place where you can find this what methanobacterium are what in the rumen, in the digestive system of what cattles. Okay, so they do what they do what the digestion of cellulose. Actually it's a kind of symbiotic association. What they are getting cellulosic medium to grow, and in addition in return the cattles are getting benefited as they can digest the cellulosic material. Okay, so when they digest the cellulosic material they produce what? Methane and other gases. Okay, and the excreta of cattle, okay, or the cow dung, they contains what? This kind of bacteria, and this can be used to make what? The biogas or gobar gas. So So when you see a biogas plant, it consists of a concrete tank, okay, where we can collect or we can add the bio waste along with a slurry of dung. Okay, a slurry or the cow dung will be made as a slurry by adding water, and that can be fed into the concrete tank, and then it will have a floating cover that can get raised, okay, raised as the amount of gas produced is increasing, okay. And then the biogas plant will have an outlet through which the biogas can be can be extracted and can be given to the nearby houses, okay. And the used slurry, that has to be removed, isn't it? Then only again the microorganism can grow and new slurry can be added. So for this there will be another outlet, and the slurry, the used slurry, okay, which is removed from the biogas plant, can be used as the fertilizer also. Understood? So this kind of biogas plants mainly we can see in where in the village areas, because there the number of cattle are more, okay. So in the rural areas this kind of what biogas plants can be seen, okay. So so many advantages are there. The pressure to the LPG gas will be less, okay. The demand for that will be less, and the cow dung can be easily used, okay. And the used slurry can be used as a fertilizer. Likewise, so many advantages are there. So you can see a concrete tank into which the dung water or the slurry of the cow dung can be added, okay. And bio waste also will be taken in the tank, and there will be a lid which can get raised according to the what amount of gas produced, okay. And there will be an outlet which takes out the gas which is produced to the adjacent houses, and there will be another outlet to remove the used sludge, okay. So this diagram you have to draw in the copy, and it can be used, it can be it can come for your examination, okay. So please draw this diagram and practice, okay. So is it clear about the biogas production, okay, and how the microorganisms are used, which is the microorganism mainly used in this methanogens, okay. And one kind of methanogen is what? Methanobacteria, okay. Where you can find this methanobacteria can be found in anaerobic sludge, okay, during the sewage treatment, and also in the rumen of bacteria, okay. So hope this topic is clear to you.